As you know, early Sunday morning marked the worst terrorist attack on American soil since 9/11. If you watched President Obama's response to the terror attack, it is obvious that nothing is going to change until January 20th, 2017, when Mr. Obama leaves office. It'll also never change unless we elect Donald J. Trump to the presidency of the United States. 8 months ago, Citizens for Restoring USA produced a video titled ISIS Coming to a City Near You. Well, now it has happened. We also reported that there are 22 ISIS training camps scattered about the United States, the largest one being 145 miles northwest of New York City. They even call it Islamabad. The FBI and local law enforcement cannot do anything about it. Their hands are tied because the Justice Department, the Obama administration, and President Obama will not classify these groups as terrorist organizations. President Obama still, to this day, refuses to call all these attacks and the latest attack in Florida as radical Islamic terrorism. Take a look.
For a while now, the main contribution of some of my friends on the other side of the aisle have made in the fight against ISIL is to criticize this administration and me for not using the phrase radical Islam. That's the key, they tell us. We can't beat ISIL unless we call them radical Islamists. Calling a threat by a different name does not make it go away. This is a political distraction.
He no longer calls it domestic terror like he did in the Boston Marathon bombing, or workplace violence like he did in the San Bernardino shooting or the Chattanooga military shooting. It is now homegrown terror.
Here at home, if we really want to help law enforcement protect Americans from homegrown extremists, the kind of tragedies that occurred at San Bernardino and that now have occurred in Orlando, there is a meaningful way to do that. We have to make it harder for people who want to kill Americans to get their hands on weapons of war that let them kill dozens of innocents.
Aha, we knew it would come back to guns.
Now, up until this point, this argument about labels has mostly just been partisan rhetoric. And sadly, we've all become accustomed to that kind of partisanship.
Watch him now as he blames the Orlando shootings on the rhetoric of Donald Trump.
But we are now seeing how dangerous this kind of mindset and this kind of thinking can be. We're starting to see where this kind of rhetoric and loose talk and sloppiness about who exactly we're fighting, where this can lead us. We now have proposals from the presumptive Republican nominee for President of the United States to bar all Muslims from emigrating to America. Where does this stop?
The terror will not stop until we elect a strong leader. The terror will not stop unless we elect Donald J. Trump.
Take action. Shape the election. Support Restoring USA today.